Somebody is asking, the original seeds that God created, do you have access to it? No, enter forest, no need to buy. Enter deep forest where they say gods them they live, the gods are living. Enter those forests, you will see it. But I am telling you for free, you cannot eat it. Because they are not in the form that you can eat it. They are not in the form that you can consume it. That's the point.
What seed did our forefathers eat? Because
you're welcome back to the channel STEAM Agriculturist TV. Don't forget, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Agricultural, Mathematics.
hello, today I want to talk about seed. And as you can see, I am in my aquaponics garden. This garden is a very natural garden where everything coexists here and there is diversity in this particular garden. So today I want to talk about seed. What is seed? Seed is anything that you can plant in the soil and it will grow. For instance, I have a seed here. This is a seed. This seed is scent leaf seed. And I have other seeds like the curry seed here. So what am I saying? Some people will tell you that seed in its original form, you cannot eat it. That the original seed being created by God, you cannot eat it. So the question we should be asking, the intelligent question we should be asking, how old is hybridization? Mind you, there is two types of hybridization. The organic, which is the natural, and the inorganic. So seed is divided into two. Either the seed is natural seed or the seed is an artificial seed. So when talking about natural seed, they want us to understand that the original seed being created by God cannot be consumed the way it is. So if you talk of hybridization, they will now tell you that hybrid is bringing two seeds together, pollinating them naturally. So the question is this: if synthetic hybridization brings about good seed, what has the olden days people be eating? What seed did our forefathers eat? Because I come to realize, as an agricultural secondary literature researcher, I come to agree and I come to terms and I come to realize that synthetic hybridization has only existed for 104 years. Then the question is this: what has our ancestors been eating all this while? So coming to that of GMO seed. GMO seed is complete poison and is 100% toxic to your body.
As we're beginning to wind down, Prof, just a quick question. Are the scientists like you considering in these modifications that we're talking about helping to reduce the prevalence or escalation of certain diseases in the human body organically? Is that part of the conversation?
Reducing what? I didn't get that.
You know, certain foods, certain things predispose people. Is there a way these GMOs can also help to reduce this predisposition of human bodies through the modification that is done on agricultural products so that we don't have maybe the prevalence of certain kinds of diseases? I'm just broadly asking that question since you guys believe in it a lot and you're working hard to make sure that we get as much value as far as GMOs are concerned. Because at the end of the day, Africa is burdened with disease. And if there's a modification that can help reduce that prevalence or reduce the predisposition, I think is welcome. Is that conversation on the table?
Yes, that conversation is on the table. I've mentioned its application in medicine and health, which nobody is arguing about. Now, there is the issue of the micro-hunger. Micro-hunger, which some of the available food we have do not have certain nutrients. If our crops are engineered to be able to generate those nutrients, especially the ones that are easily available, which could deal with those micro-hunger, that discussion is on the table. And it is welcomed. And scientists are working towards that. You see, let me make this point, since you say we're winding down. Science is not voodoo. Science is not magic. For those who come up, who don't have knowledge of what we are discussing, who have tangential knowledge or what I may call pedestrian in the area, jumping in to make far-reaching statements is actually unnecessary.
Right.
They are not helping Nigerians. Science of genetic engineering is not what you learn in 24 hours. Or you just go and pick one textbook and say I have become a biotechnologist.
Well, Prof.
People went through training, look at the safety lines. For me, as far back as 2012, to say, look, the issue of genetic engineering cannot be regulated by a body like NAFDAC, SON, and all the rest of them.
Right.
That Nigeria requires a specialist body made up of experts
Well,
to be
Prof,
able to deal with that.
we have to run now, and that's why we brought you.
All
You're an
right.
expert to really walk us through. Expert knowledge is very vital.
So comparing pharmaceutical drugs to GMO seeds. Now, in the pharmaceutical world, there are professionals who make sure that they follow a particular standard, fully knowing that in as much as those drugs, your body system can tolerate it, but it cannot tolerate it for a long time. That is why there's always a withdrawal time for every synthetic drug you take. If not, it will cause you issues like cancer, brain tumors, it will cause you issues like kidney failures, heart disease. Same goes to what? GMO seed. For each GMO seed, during the period of modifying every GMO seed you see today, they use at least 30 to 60 different kinds of chemical in composing, in organizing, in making sure that that GMO seed is well modified. Just imagine, it involves lots of chemical from 30 to 60, depending. Some are above 60. Different compositions of different chemicals in the process of gene transfer, either from one organism of the same species to the other or from different organisms of different species. And after they do the whole modification, there is 13.7% to 14% of chemical deposition in that particular GMO seed. So for every GMO seed you see in the market, there is what we call 40% chemical deposition in that seed. Now for the hybrid, they use nothing less than 10 to 25 different chemicals in the process of gene transfer, making that seed have 6 to 8% of chemical deposition. I'm not talking of the deposition that will be deposited when you use things like herbicides, pesticide, and fungicide on that seed. I'm just talking of the original percentage of deposition after the modification have been done for every synthetic hybrid seed. You have at least 6 to 8% chemical deposition in that seed. Then for GMO, you have nothing less than 13 to 14% of chemical deposition in every GMO seed. After that seed has been grown into food, it will take 6 months to 10 years for the deposition, for the chemical being deposited in that seed. It will take the period of 6 months to 10 years for the chemical to what? Totally leach out of that seed. So before you come and justify GMO, you should at least tell people the chemical composition, how that GMO is being created or modified in the lab. Comparing GMO to pharmaceutical drugs, that is why I will always tell people, for every drugs you see today, there is what they call side effects, long-term side effects. Even your ordinary vitamin C, taking your vitamin C for a very long period, you're damaging your body system. Google it. It's everywhere in the net. If the people who produce those drugs can tell you the side effects, then why do people that produce GMO cannot tell you the side effects? All are synthetic what? Foods. If they're using 30 to 60 chemicals in modifying a GMO seed, Then every GMO seed has 13 to 14% chemical deposition. Now, why would they fail to tell you what will happen when you consume GMO seed for a very long period of time? There is a lot of controversy, but I'm here to clear it, to tell you that for every GMO seed you're eating, you're destroying your body system. For every hybrid seed, synthetic hybrid seed you're eating, you're destroying your body system. That is just the simple truth. It is high time we begin to tell people the truth about what we eat. Coming to the aspect, so many food and processing companies, they fail to label their food. They fail to tell you the effect of eating those processed food.
Argument is there's no scientifically proven data that shows that GMO cause cancer and all of that. So is this a question of scientific scholarship imbroglio, or there is actually something that we can look at and say, this supports this fact?
Both ends are tenable. You see, scientifically, there are hundreds of, I'm a scientist. I'm a professor of bioinorganic chemistry. And there are hundreds, tons of scientific publications proven in established journals, proving the relationship, negative of course, of the impact of GMOs on human or animal health.